All right, let's go.
Hi!
How are you?
Come in, come in. Take your shoes off and this way to the kitchen. My name is Melissa Clark and I am a food writer and a recipe developer for the New York Times, and welcome to my kitchen. It's my house, it's my family kitchen, but it's where I develop all of my recipes for the New York Times and for my 43 cookbooks and counting. But I want to start with my favorite part of it, okay? This is something really special to me, my spice drawers.
That is magical.
I have 3 of these. This one is just chilies and sweet spices. I have 28 kinds of chili.
Where do you get most of your spices?
I get some of them traveling. I always bring home spices wherever I go. I get stuff online. I get stuff at Clustian's, which is a great grocery in New York. Should we go to the next level down? So this is only level 1. So this is all dried herbs and then things that are not chilies or sweet spices. So these are really cool. These are candy-coated fennel seeds. These make your breath smell really good. So, you know, when you eat too much garlic like I do, and you just take, right? You get these at Indian markets. They're delicious. Dahlia, my daughter, just comes in and eats them when there's no other candy in the house. Okay, this is a messy one. Apologies in advance, but look at my saffron. Aren't they beautiful? Okay, this is embarrassing. It smells amazing and I forgot what it is. See, when you don't label stuff, then you just forget. The weirdest thing I have, how about this? Hop salt. So this is salt that is infused with the flavor of hops. You know, hops like you make beer. So I was supposed to make popcorn with this and I did, and it was like, maybe I don't want to do that again. So I'm still trying to figure out what to do with the hop salt. Anybody have any ideas? Just put it in the comments. Dying to know. So I have 2 knife drawers. One knife drawer is for anybody to use. Like if you guys come over, you could use any knives from this drawer. Then this is my secret knife drawer that's not so secret, that I am the only one allowed to use the knives in this drawer, and Daniel, my husband. I don't want anybody messing with my cleaver. I want to sharpen it, I want to use it, I don't want anyone else to touch it. Oh look, there's an oyster shucker. There's another oyster shucker. This might be for clams. This one doesn't actually do much, it's not very sharp, but look how pretty it is. This is my photo shoot knife. All right, in here, so this is my breadcrumb bag. My husband started baking really delicious bread. This is the end of the beautiful bread, right? You can't really cut a slice out of this, but you don't want to waste this gorgeous heel. What do? I cut it into manageable chunks, and then I put it into this paper bag. See, there are others in there. And I dry it out. And when this thing gets full, I put it in the food processor and I make homemade delicious breadcrumbs. Happy little ecosystem in the kitchen. Are you hungry? You need a snack?
I would love if Melissa Clark made us a snack.
Do you like sardine toast, or is that too weird?
No, yes, I wanted you to make something with anchovies or sardines.
Well, that's what I mean, that's snack. You say snack in my house, and that is what you get.
That is like your calling card.
That is my calling card. You know, people not infrequently stop me on the street and say, you made me love anchovies. In the freezer, I always have sliced bread. You could put it straight into the toaster. So there are 3 different grades of anchovies in my head. These are the ones I cook with a lot. These are good, but they're not as good raw. These guys are really good raw, but they're slightly bony. So for anchovy toast, they just don't have the I got these at Dispania in Soho. Really delicious. You can get them online. We're gonna do really simple. We're gonna do lots of butter, but not too much. Tomatoes thin, but not too thin. Teeny bit of fine salt, just a little pepper, not too much. See, this little jar is barely enough. I'm just gonna make 2 anchovy toasts and that's it. This one is gonna have the smoked paprika. And that's it. Here is a little snack for you guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yum. Right?
Wow.
There's one waiting for you, Scott.
I love it.
Did you guys get the paprika?
I got the paprika.
Isn't it delicious?
That was so good. Thank you.
That bread, so good, right? My hubby makes good bread.
Straight from the freezer.
Straight from the, oh, you wanna see the rest of the freezer?
Yeah.
Okay. I have 3 freezers. This is freezer number 1. But you have to have chunks of bananas, because what if you want to make banana ice cream at the last minute, right? This is corn. I just cut it off the cob and put it in here, and then I can have it all winter long when I want to make cornbread or whatever. This is a teeny little thing of lentil soup, so that when I forget to feed my daughter, you just put it in the microwave and then I have dinner. I have this beautiful, fresh, grated coconut that I'm going to make into a cake later this winter. Stand by fridge. Here we go. I always have an egg white jar in the fridge because I just seem to always have egg whites. You can put one in your kid's smoothie. You can make spur of the moment meringues. This is unwashed lettuce. from the farmer's market, but usually what I do, as soon as I get home from the farmer's market, I wash my lettuce and I put it in a bag. So I can make a salad during the week in 2 seconds. I just pull it out, I throw it in a bowl. I always have cut lemons. I can make you a salad in like under 1 minute. So let's see, should we find the oldest thing in the fridge?
Yeah.
Oh, this is fun. 2008, is that old enough for you? So this is miso that my cousins made in Madison, Wisconsin. They made this miso and it's really delicious and it's almost gone. We have used most of it. Okay, so up here is my salt. This one is this is like Malden, except the flakes are even bigger and more irregular, so it's really good as well. I love Malden, I love this. This one is sel gris, so it's gray salt from the Camargue in France. This is my basic fine sea salt that I use for baking, or whenever I say use fine sea salt, this is what I use. This is a kosher salt that I use when I test my recipes, so this is kind of a pink salt. Salt flakes, pink. This is cheese salt, smoked salt, Celtic sea salt, really cool Hawaiian red salt, black pepper salt, because salt and pepper all mixed together, vanilla salt. This is black salt. It has a very sulfury smell. I like it with egg salad. Himalayan pink salt, Malden, and then some repeats.
Whoa.
Wow, I didn't know there were so many stuff.
I'm like sweating.
You guys okay? Are you all right?
That was
You know, I haven't moved in 20 years. I should probably clean out the cabinets. Okay, so tea cabinet. This is a mix of verbena and mint from my little deck over here, and I dried it myself, so I'm kind of proud of it. It smells really good. I do this all year long. As my plants get crazy, I harvest them and just throw them in a cake rack, leave it for about 2 days. It dries out, and then I crumble them up and put them in here. And then in the winter, it's so awesome because I drink a lot of herb tea, and verbena mint is my favorite.
You have so many cabinets. How do you get up there?
I have a ladder. If you want, we can go up there, but it's really gross up there.
I mean, what is up there? I kind of want to see it.
Punch bowl, hat, chinoise. You can see how clean and neat it is, that it does not get much use. This is just a regular old pressure cooker that I used to use before Instant Pot took over my life. That's my turkey roaster, and inside my turkey roaster are my popover pans. This is my vertical chicken roaster that I never use. This is my waffle iron that if you look at it like that, it looks like a little animal with eyes. Do you see? It's really cute. This is my mom's salmon mousse mold. You make salmon mousse and it looks like a fish. Cake carrier. Spätzle maker number 1. I have 2 spätzle makers. Here's the first.
Why 2?
2 different methods. So there's the one where you go like this, and then there's the one that you go like that. So you need both, because what if you're in the mood to go like that and not like that? I don't know. And then I'm just gonna let you peek in here. So these are all sprinkles. All of them are different sprinkly cookie toppers. Food coloring, more food coloring, little cupcake holders. And in there, behind there, are all of my 150 cookie cutters in various shapes and sizes. This is my husband's darkroom timer, but it makes a really loud sound, which is good because sometimes I get very distracted. Like I will just leave stuff on the stove, but this is really loud, so.
Does he still use it?
He does not develop any film anymore, but we use it for here and it's perfect. So 3 different pepper grinders. This one has a little receptacle on the bottom so that I can measure. So when I do a recipe and I need half a teaspoon of pepper, I grind it and it falls in there. And I love both of these, so I keep this one on coarse and this one on fine, so I don't have to adjust mid-recipe, right? Or, it's good to have 2. So this is about a gazillion vanilla beans, and all I do is pour brandy on top. You could use vodka. You just let it sit, and anytime you want to have vanilla, you take out a bean and then you milk it. See? Woo! Right into your cookies. And then the vanilla, it flavors the brandy. It's delicious. A friend of mine who is a pastry chef once gave me probably about 10 of them, and that started this. So you have to make an initial investment, but then it'll keep for years because the alcohol preserves it, and it just gets richer and more vanilla-y. As you use it up, just top it off. All right, so Sentimental. My dad died 2 years ago, and he had a wine cellar. He had these labels that would hang off of his wine bottles, and so we saved the label. This was a Canon 66. It was an incredible bottle of wine, and I was happy to be able to drink it, but boy was I sad I couldn't share with my dad. Like, seriously, if you have wines, people drink them. As much as it's nice to leave them to your kids, it's also nice to share them with your kids. So just a little PSA that chokes me up. I don't know what I'm ever gonna do with this, but I can't possibly give it up because look how big it is. Oh, look at my vintage KitchenAid. I've had this thing for 30 years. Can you believe I've had this thing and it works great, sort of. I mean, sometimes it doesn't turn off, you have to wiggle it, but I don't want to give it up because the motor is really strong. I have so many cutting boards. Okay, here's the thing. Only 3 of my cutting boards are garlic onion cutting boards. Everything else, you cannot put garlic and onion on them because it really does affect the flavor. Like you're cutting a strawberry and all of a sudden you're like, why does it smell like garlic in here? So this is a non-garlic cutting board. Do not use garlic on this cutting board. No garlic, no onions. This one, yes garlic, yes onions. It's totally random, you just have to stick to it. No, no, yes, yes. You tired now? Have I totally exhausted you? Are you so tired? Are you ready to go?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's time. All right, you guys, thank you for coming over and looking at about 1/4 of my kitchen. You're welcome to come poke around the other cabinets any other time. You're welcome back. I'll make you snacks.
Thank you, Melissa.
Bye. Come back soon.